History is full of examples of people who have used the Bible, taken a couple verses, twisted it just enough to suit their own goals and their own aims. Some examples: the Salem witch trials, the Inquisition, or the Crusades. The Crusades literally involved the slaughter and massacre of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And the saying, this is what Christians would say on their way to the Crusades and while they were there. They would say, Latin is Deus vult. Deus vult means God wills it. And that's what they would say as they would go into a town, rape and pillage and murder. This is the example, in my mind, of what it is to take the Lord's name in vain. It's not how you say, or the tone of your voice when you say Jesus. It's to misrepresent him so terribly. To take all of Scripture and throw it out and say, this is who we think Jesus is. Let's go rape, pillage, and murder. Let's justify this based on what? That is taking the Lord's name in vain in the worst possible way. These events are indefensible for Christians. Like, we can't defend them. They were wrong. Anyone with any understanding of anything that Jesus taught knows that these things were wrong. To give a little bit of grace here, these are time periods where not everybody had the Bible app on their phone. A few people had it. A few people had not the app, but a few people had the Bible, and they could do what they wanted with it, and they could influence the masses however they wanted to, and twist the truth to achieve political or economic or other gains. It's blatant sin. Today, we are responsible, because we have such incredible access to the Scriptures, we are responsible to know truth so that we are not deceived and led down a path like this. If someone gets up and they speak confidently, sometimes people will follow that. Hitler rose to power based on his charisma, not based on truth. I think about the Garden of Gethsemane, where the guards come to arrest Jesus. And Peter pulls his sword, and he hacks off the ear of a servant. And Jesus turns to Peter and says, "Put away your sword. Put away your sword." And then he heals this man that was part of coming to arrest him. That Jesus doesn't look like the one that the people who justified crusades and inquisitions and witch trials served. It looks different. So we want to see Jesus accurately so we are not deceived. The Bible warns specifically about there being wolves in sheep's clothing. And some of these examples that I just went through, like those, that shows you who the wolves are. Matthew 7:15, "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves." It's certainly the responsibility of every one of us here to know and learn truth, to be able to answer that question why. And it is absolutely the responsibility of teachers, anyone who will stand up here, to take this seriously and to be up here with no other agenda except to share truth. We take that very seriously. Let's go with 2 Timothy 3:16-17. It says, "All Scripture is breathed out by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, and for training in righteousness, that the man of God may be competent and equipped for every good work." Our church views the Bible as vitally important. If you know it, you will not be led astray.